Hi world. In other words, what I really want to say is what up though. I'm Lemon and welcome to a star reading production. I'm here with my tarot. I use the Thoth deck. Thoth, also known as Mercury, also known as Jehovah, also known as the Supreme Teacher Being. So I'm here today to take the opportunity that I allowed myself to actually have while I'm in transition, to do something I always wanted to do and not be afraid to do it. Starting off my trilogy, I'm a Leo sun, Leo rising on Regulus with an Aquarius moon. Yes, that is right. I'm a double Leo with an Aquarius. All three are fixed energies. My trilogy, I mean. So I'm very stubborn, very fixated on my personal views and my personal passions, which is not a bad thing because that means anybody try to deter me off my path, good luck. So I'm brought to you by today's solar eclipse. Today is a day to show our passions and how we nurture ourselves, and this is one particular way I like to nurture myself, is to get the overall forecast and reading in astrology by use of my tarot deck. So this is really just going to be an intro for me into this, since this is my first actual semi-organized way of speaking my truth to viewers. I do have a Facebook page, Princess Lemon Star Reading, that I do connect with other people regarding astrology and other spiritual means. I also have a bigger organization that I am currently in the midst of still building, which is Lemon Organics LLC. That is also a platform that I use mostly for communicative work and sharing ideas to help us move as a collective together in the upstream that we're going to. So you can find me on both of those, Princess PRYNCEZ Lemon '(S), Princess Lemon Star Reading, and my other one is Lemon Organics with an X LLC. So I just want to do a brief description of tarot. Number one, we are kind of familiar with astrology. We're also pretty much familiar with numerology as well, but a lot of people have a lot of questions or concern when it comes to tarot, only because it seems a bit more deep spiritually than people are really ready to dive into. So I'm going to make it pretty easy, as well as get rid of any stigmatisms that we have when it comes to deep spiritual healing. So number one, I want to do a spread for someone, or someone asked me to do a spread for them. And how about I go ahead and give you an example by actually doing a spread for today for the solar eclipse in Cancer. So what I do is I get in tune with my star player, as Cat Williams would say, my inner energy, my source, what I deem to be God or universal energy. I get into that and I tap in. Very easy to do when you're always there, of course. And then I lay off the cards according to my own intuition of what I feel is right, to give the most authentic, nurturing message possible that has been delivered to my physical being, even though my spiritual being is already well aware. So since I've already been shuffling for this, I'm just go ahead and introduce 3 cards. So the first 3 cards I take off the top are the Two of Swords, which is peace, the Five of Swords, which says defeat. And the last one is the Ten of Swords, which says ruin. Now, off the bat, just because these words are on the cards does not mean that the literal interpretation that we've been given is the only interpretation that we can use. So, starting off with the first one, which was the Two of Swords. This is a card regarding peace, which is why the word is on here. But you can only have peace when you make a decision. Now, this card is linked to, like all the rest of the cards, astrology, which is our 12 zodiacal signs that are bound around this earth that we live on in an ecliptic cycle, which is why we even have eclipse in the first place, and why we know when the eclipse will happen, where it will happen, and when they change signs, and how we even know what sign we are anyway when the sun is there. So here in this card is the moon in Libra. We all know Libras are about balance, justice, fairness, relating to other people, and understanding that the first person that you have a relationship with is yourself. So when you are honest with yourself, you can be honest in your dealings with others. And that's what brings ultimate peace. So today we can make this solar eclipse about choosing to be in a peaceful state of mind, because swords represent air. It's also in the Bible being depicted as the tongue, speaking truth. And swords and air go together because, for one, we swing swords in the air, just being literal. But also it's just because when you sharpen iron with iron, meaning you have intellectual conversations with those who are on the same level or at the level you aspire to go to as a collective, it'll help you bring in more information that you were not presently aware of, but you feel somewhere inside of you, and you know it's there. You just need a conversation to help bring it out. So you can make the solar eclipse today about making a choice to bring yourself peace. Moving on, we have card number 2, which is the Five of Swords. Now, I didn't talk too much about the numerology as far as the Two of Swords, but 2 is all about cooperation and peace and being in harmony with what's coming to you or your inner self. So when we go from 2 to 5, 5 is a number of change. It's also a number of celebration. And the reason why this card at the bottom has defeat is because sometimes we can have a state of mind, again, this being a swords card representing air, which is our thoughts, how we speak, and how we communicate. Sometimes we need to change the way those things happen or how those things have been so far in our life, because we can have a defeatist attitude where we think we know everything and we don't have to take it any step further, or we think we already know what we need to know, and any other source or additional information might cause us to go through what we call cognitive dissonance, or we just feel, or believe rather, we just think that changing our mind will cause us to be locked in a cage that we don't want to be in, when really we're freeing ourselves from the cage we've already existed in. So this also being air, it's the Mercury and Aquarius, that's Venus in Aquarius. So Aquarius is a sign that represents networking, friends, associations, having a higher intellect. It's ruled by traditionally Saturn, but modern Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to say that. And Aquarius is a representation of all of us collectively coming together with the one mind, or drumline, one band, one sound. So when you change your mind from having a woe is me defeatist attitude to an attitude that actually flows and allows change to happen, that'll bring you closer to the network that you are meant to be in, not only will you defeat the past, but you will also become victorious in your future. Get where I'm going? Great. Now the last card is the Ten of Swords, which has ruin at the bottom. Okay. And on this Ten of Swords, we have the Sun. Huh?
What?
What you mean, what? You walking up to me.
What?
You walk up to me. I should be asking you what.
I like you, that's why.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I like your shirt. That's nice.
My shirt?
Yeah.
It's good. I love you too.
You're welcome.
Let me see your ring.
Oh, my ring?
Oh, no good. No good.
It's always good.
I was not expecting that. I'm crazy now.
You're not crazy.
No number? No. You don't want to give me your number now?
No, I already have a king. I'm
What?
sorry. I said I already have a king.
What about me?
You're still a king. You're just not my king.
Still, I love you.
Thank you.
Let me take you lunch one day. Yes.
Maybe we can work something out,
Huh?
but not today.
Not today. Next week. Let me have the number, okay?
No, sir, but thank you.
Hmm?
I said no, sir, but thank you. A for effort.
Huh?
A for effort.
Why not? Come on.
I'm already spoken for, but I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate the compliment.
I don't hear all that.
Okay.
I want to get you.
Okay. Well, I'm in the middle of a recording, so
Huh?
I said I'm in the middle of a recording, so I have to finish before my time runs out.
What kind of report?
What kind of report? I'm reporting the current energies we're going through because today is an eclipse. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So, get in tune.
I'm not happy anyway.
You'll be happy.
I miss you.
It's
I don't
okay.
give up anyway.
You don't give a pin away?
I don't give up.
I see.
I will come again and again. Finally, I got the chance. Wow. That night, get great.
Oh, man.
I don't give up. Okay?
Okay.
I have a hope.
You have hope? That's
Yes.
great. I'm
Right?
glad you have hope.
You accept me, okay? Right?
I'm glad you have hope.
What?
I'm glad you have hope.
See you.
See you. Sorry about that. That's been going on a lot today. I feel like it's a sign that I'm on the right path, so I should just keep pushing. So anyway, because I can't really edit that out. Okay, so I have the Ten of Swords here, and this is the Sun and Gemini card. So we already know that Gemini itself is a representation of how we are learning emotionally and how we are learning mentally. And because our thoughts affect our emotions, these are two separate non-physical bodies that we are bringing together as one, which is also known as twin flame energy. Gemini is its own twin flame because it understands that you can't have one intact without the other being intact. And when you do have that perfect balance, and that comes with accepting new information and being very youthful with it, where you're not stagnated or bringing yourself to ruin, and you allow yourself to start over with that number 10, 1 and 0. 0 is a godly force. It's the beginning energy pushing you. And then that number 1 is about individuality, of course, but it's also a representation of something that's new, a new beginning, a new start, having desire and passion. So when something seems like it's coming to a ruin, mentally speaking, maybe we need to balance out with our own inner twin flame as to why that is. Why is this coming to an end? Why is this situation feeling like, or believing rather, I keep saying feeling, but why does this situation look like to me and my thoughts that this is a ruination to what I want my life to be? And I'm just here to tell you that that's not what it is at all. When you get a Ten of Swords card, no matter in whatever deck it is, it's just a representation visually to let you know that, hey, the course that you were on, it was great while it lasted, but now it's time for you to upgrade your spirit. It's time to upgrade your physical body and how you are talking, how you are relating, how you converse with others as well as yourself. It's time to change all of that, but it's not a 5 change, it's a 10 change. It's the completion that has taken place, and you've come to the dead end because now there's a new direction for you to go in. So let today, all in all, be a day of cooperation and peace. Be a day of allowing change to enter your mind so that you may be able to you will be easier to flow with and flow to your natural desires, your natural passions, your natural creativity. Because this ending that we all have going on right now is for our benefit. Every single time something changes that you have to cooperate with is for your good. Anytime you believe that the pressure that you have upon yourself is not of your benefit, you will also start to see why it's not of your benefit, because that is where your perspective lies. And perception is always reality. So choose your perception wisely, and you will have a wise reality ahead of you to look at. Okay? So at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Libra card, which in this deck is called Adjustment. Okay? Now, this is 8. 5 and 3 makes 8. So 8 is a number symbolizing changes that are karmically going to happen. It's something that you it's something regarding a change that already has taken place with the 5, and you're seeing the fruition in the 8. So with change comes change back. What you throw out with your frisbee what you give out is what you give back. And that's the whole basis of being in a relationship or relating with other people, whether it's platonic, romantic, business, family, situations, or even a exchange with yourself. How are you talking to yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? How do you think about yourself? That's the first body experience that you have. And right now the sun and moon is in Cancer. Cancer represents the fourth house, which is your soul body, your original body of memories and water that you carry with you. So today, make an effort to be nicer to yourself. Be kinder to yourself, I would say. Not nice. Be kind. And never, I'm not going to say never, always, always relate the truth, even if it's just the truth of right now. Always relate your truth to yourself and to others, so that other doors may open for you to relate on a higher level than where you are now. And that is my piece. I thank you all for visiting today. It will be more to come. I'm going to follow the guidelines that was set before me when it comes to my current occupation, because this is actually a great way for me to do what I really wanted to do, what I love to do, and what I'm passionate about. And instead of avoiding and blocking someone's 2 cents that I really needed, I finally went along with it, and it opened me up to a path that I needed to be on anyway. No matter how long something takes, every direction you go in is to get you where you need to be. So thank you again for your views. Like, subscribe, comment, share as much as possible. And again, I will be updating my page as well as the description in the box below. So I'm not really going to comment on what's going to be down there right now. I'll let you know when I put it there. Thank you so much. Happy new moon, everybody. Good energy flow. The dark spirits, which are not evil, are coming here to let us know and prepare us for the changes in 2 weeks when we have a full moon eclipse in Capricorn. So build that energy up from the new moon to the full moon. Plant seeds, ideas, everything that you've ever wanted for yourself that you can visualize happening, because you don't have dreams and visualizations of the life and happiness you desire unless it wasn't already able for you to have. So that's my cue. Love you.